Good evening, everybody. We're live from the Sochi Autodrome for round 22 of the EU4 Constant Speed Championship. As you can see, we've got some light precipitation falling this evening. Matt, it's going to be brilliant.
Stop!
It's going to be. It's going to be great. No, I just remember that we've had a number of wet races in Sochi before, and all of them have come out being, if not classics, pretty good.
EU2 last season, I'm pretty sure we only had 7 people at finish. So,
yeah, and that was a full grid as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, 18. Well, I think we had at least 18. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the number we have tonight. There's a lot of housekeeping to do later on, but we'll get into that as and when we get there. So let's see who's first out on track. I do believe that is Williams. Is that Rack? It is.
Yes. First one to brave it.
Not going to bother with the tyre graphic. It's obvious they're all going to be on full wets for the whole session because this rain is not letting up.
Yeah, Lando, what's the weather? It is effing wet.
It's dry, mate.
Really?
Dry.
No, it's dry.
Yeah, them puddles. No, it's just heat haze.
Before you've seen Clarkson go deep into turn 2. I need to try not to call it turn 1 because it should be turn 1 because the actual turn 1
isn't the corner, is it really?
Yeah.
Wait, is it these conditions?
And as I've just found out in these conditions, just to see how long it's going to take in a pit lane during a Grand Prix session, the AI at 110 difficulty decided to crash into each other and the wall. And
nice.
Said kink. So
lovely.
Bodes well.
It bodes very well, yes. So we've got a number of cars out on track already. In fact, the majority. It's 5 still in the pit lane. Of course, there is tyre management to consider in this session now. With it being full wet, the race is going to be wet as well. So, is it 2 or 3 sets of full wets they get for the weekend? It's 3, isn't it? Well, they get 2 for qualifying and then
1 for the race.
Yeah. So, need to be careful. Of course, they don't have to give any of these wet sets back, so they will have all 3 for the whole weekend, if you like, for both sessions. Let's watch Rack then, first man out on track. Of course, the more cars we have heading round, the more water will be cleared.
Which race was wet at Imola? I think I raced in it. Was it EU1 or EU2? I'm expecting a lot of these guys. I wouldn't be surprised if the more experienced guys load up those cars full of fuel and just run around the circuit for the first 10 minutes and then possibly pit and do 2 push laps at the end.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Rack has invalidated his first run, but he is still pushing, so I'm going to stay on board just so we can see what sort of representative time we'll be looking at. So you would imagine.
If you do that, I'm going to clear the remainder of my rice, so I'm going to mute myself. There's going to be some scraping, which people.
He's not spilt it, everybody. He's decided to be very committed and join the commentary box whilst he's still.
I shall scoop it up with a prawn cracker. Won't be
crack on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. Yeah, good.
I'm here all week. Right, Rack then coming through the final section of corners, the final complex. 2 to go to complete the first lap in anger, if you like. Although it won't count. Reflux is actually going very quickly further back on the circuit, as is Raceway JJ and Red Mask as well. So Rack with a 48.3, which Shane then smashes straight away with a 47.0. So we'll see. Camping Docks then matches Rack's time. I'm just going to go across to Raceway JJ. Jack Hawkey then championship leader. 46.2. The times will start to tumble the further into the session we go. As we said, standing water will be cleared. People will be They're used to the track conditions. They'll have found that bite point where they can put the power down and not end up pirouetting more than Darcy Bostle on acid.
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt there. What?
Don't.
I've never heard anyone use that analogy ever.
It's fine. Raceway JJ then, 47.7 for him. Jack Hawkey incidentally managed to smash all of those sets of times that we were looking at. I think some of the other guys may have invalidated along the way. Sleeves through the final couple of corners, set his first time. He's kept it clean. It's not a quick lap at all, but it's one on the board. 2 minutes 7. I would imagine now is going to be the lap he pushes on. Got a big group of cars coming back around, either for another run or to head back to the pits. You can see on the bottom right there, it's jumped across to Luke, who is in it. We'll ride on board with him for a lap as well. 18 corners then around this Russian Grand Prix circuit at the Sochi Autodrome. See one of the Aston Martins there stricken at the pit entry. So Luke then starting his lap, the long start finish straight past the main grandstand. Then this grandstand here, this open top one, has been renamed this year. It's now the Sergei Sirotkin grandstand. Down towards turn 2, this grandstand on the left of us there, that now is the Vitaly Petrov grandstand. And on the outside here, guess who this one's named after? That's the Daniel Kvyat grandstand. I think rather ironically named after the incident he had there with Sebastian Vettel. Those are all the named grandstands and or corners we've got on the circuit. Luke then with a purple sector 1. Coming now through turn 7. And then this is 8. And turn 9, it's essentially one continuous corner, but counts as 2. Onto the second straight now, that isn't really straight, it does curve. If and when we get some dry running, it will be at the DRS zone as well, the second DRS zone of this circuit. Heavy braking down into turn 13, under the bridge for 14. The elongated chicane of 15 and 16, and then down for the 2 right-handed 90-degree corners of 17 and 18 to finish. Very easy to run a little bit wide and invalidate or cut the inside, particularly here at 18. Luke not doing that. 47.0 for Luke, puts himself into third.
I've returned. And I managed to get some prawn crackers down me as well. Happy days.
Lovely.
I was watching Escobar's little escapade, you could say.
Oh,
Down
we're full of the punts tonight.
Turn 6, I think he was struggling. Whilst also trying to avoid an AlphaTauri, a Ferrari, and I think an Alpine as well, which was very sketchy. But you know, is what it is.
Did you hear the names of the grandstands?
Yes, I heard in your lovely dulcet tones. There's a general trend, isn't there?
There is. I'm not sure why they've gone for grandstands and not corners.
Sorry,
to be honest.
hang on. Something's nearly made me laugh.
Is it a certain someone messaging you asking to race by any chance?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Someone from EU2 this time, even better. No. I don't think you can understand.
EU4's a popular place to race.
I know!
Oh, there's a Williams in the way. David Glasson blocking off. Red mask there.
I hope they all save
And we've
their
got a
footage,
spinning
'cause that's
Aston
gonna
Martin as
be
well. Sneaky Tom on the exited turn
This is
10.
one point. They all just. Sorry, got the hiccups halfway through. So they all just merged together at some point.
Luke has improved to put himself into second with a 46.8.
But they're a very community-friendly bunch. This lot, you know, they
Blades.
just like
To drive.
if they see a colleague spin, they just spin in sympathy.
They do. Blades is the first victim of the wet conditions. He's managed to crash into the pit wall, but I believe it's on the main straight rather than the pit entry. Should see the car there. There's the stricken tyre. Just sat on the start-finish straight. Raceway JJ, good lap from him. Ferrari's 2-3 at the moment.
Not pit lanes and stricken tyres. We saw a tyre bounce down the pit entry.
Oh, it was fantastic
in Spain.
It was fantastic. In EU1,
turned
it was
into
Milan's time.
a gift.
It was turned into a GIF, and then that GIF, was turned into an NFT. So it's the first car's NFT. We are accepting offers, should anyone wish to buy it. Reflux then. Still a solid job so far. P8. Make that P9 as Rack puts himself into second place. To be honest, I think at the moment it's as you would expect, isn't it? I think Slaughter obviously still has to set a time, and I would imagine that Red Mask. Oh, Red Mask is out.
Oh, and Raceway JJ was, I think, improving, but had to take evasive action rather than take the risk to see if he could drive through the house. Yeah, probably done the same.
Yeah, it's well done, JJ. Yeah, I was about to say you'd imagine Red Mask will improve, but obviously not now. So he's got to hope that Slaughter doesn't set a lap or we get some disqualifications. Otherwise, he will be at the back of the pack. Come the race.
Yeah, but we saw this last week as well. We saw it was qualifying pretty much went to how the form table kind of was, which makes sense. A lot of reserves in this evening, but these guys will be. Well, I said to you beforehand, Danny. These guys need to kind of impress me because
there's a couple I think that have impressed me so far when they've stepped in. I won't mention any names, but there's one or two that definitely have. I'm not going to mention his name, but I'm going to say Smarto 2.0. Yes, he has. Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. The other is the next Thomas.
We've only got 3 rounds left, mate. Next season's not going to be too far away. It's going to be coming around quicker than what we think it would be. So with the reshuffle, some of these guys may find themselves in full-time seats, so they need to show their capabilities.
And race on the grid. Harry improves there by over a second to put himself into P12.
My advice would be a Dan Hiller. Don't care how quick you are, be consistent, try your best, don't get involved in too many incidents, happy days. And occasionally pick up some points, which he has done. And we've seen
enjoy your driving.
We've seen a lot of feel-good stories from EU4 and EU3.
We have. We've seen EU4 and EU3 drivers when that was the bottom tier, if you like, or the lowest tier, I should say, where people have made it all the way up. Matrix being the prime example.
Jacob.
Jacob. Even Andreas. Dracer. He's another one. So it's doable. Definitely doable. So looking then at the championship, because EU4 is the only drivers' championship where it is still a proper fight. EU3 and EU2 are secured. EU1 is all but secure. Mathematically, Assassin could still rejoin, catch and overtake Jensen, but it's unlikely at this stage. So I think Jensen
would need to get rid of his PC, buy a PlayStation, Get back on.
Yep, and then find his pace again, all
Yeah,
within
that's fine.
the space of a week. So Jensen's one will
Oh,
probably be decided in Jeddah, either by him scoring points or by Assassin not being there.
Thinking, can you get? In fact, it's already done.
He's already ahead, yeah, and technically, yeah, he is already done. But he said in his interview last week that until it's mathematically certain that Assassin can't come back and get it, he wants to keep pushing, which is
Paranoia.
that's just the nature of the EU1 freakishness, isn't it? So if he wins this week here in Sochi, then he's 30 points clear. So
Yeah.
he then needs, I think it's a 5th place, regardless of what Assassin does.
Yeah.
If he ever comes back, or if Assassin doesn't appear, he doesn't need to do anything. He'll win before lights out.
That's after he got his victory at Great Britain 2 weeks ago. Assured in one of the closest finishes I've ever seen in a contest of speed race.
Yeah, it's up there, isn't it? It's certainly good fun. So jumping across then now to, let's go, I haven't seen an Alpha yet. Let's go for Trebler, who's just done that cardinal sin of cutting the final corner. While we watch his next lap. Good lap from Sneaky Tom, yes, 46.4. Close enough to Jack Alkey to force him to come out and have another go at it.
Come on, Shane, keep it together here. This is a really good lap you're on.
I'm looking at the championships now. Ferrari lead the Constructors' Championship by 3 points, 448 to 445 over
Oh,
Red
there
Bull.
he is! He's on pole!
Oh, 46.2 for Shane in the McLaren.
He was 6 tenths up going into the final sector. That's why I was just hoping he was going to keep it together. Raceway JJ's invalidated. Wow, the Wizard has improved by 8 tenths. He's also 3 tenths through Sector 1, so track evolution is occurring.
Yeah, we're getting sort of standing water cleared. You can see that sort of drier line now appearing on the circuit where we've had cars pounding round, clearing. Is it 250 litres of water per second these tyres will do as a full set?
Ludicrous, yeah.
Yeah. Don't know why anyone would need 250 litres a second clearing, but Pirelli's full wet tyre can do it. So Ferrari, as we say, leading by 3 points in the Constructors, and it's Jack Hawkey leading the way in the Drivers' Championship by 1 point over Luke.
Yeah, what drama last week.
Yeah.
Jack looked like he was going to extend his lead and made an uncharacteristic mistake.
He did, yeah, and
it's a bit of chink in the armour.
Certainly is. Right now, as well, Shane, who is currently in 3rd, is out of the championship battle. With 81
hold on, Danny. Hold on here.
Who am I looking at?
I think we need to jump back to this Red Bull because he's absolutely flying.
Yep, half a second up, as we saw there at the exit of the second sector. Well, it takes his one mistake though, but I don't think we're going to get one from him. Through the final corner, 45.5. Let's jump to Luke then, main challenger. He is improving. Is it going to be
it's the last sector where they're all winning and losing time. There you go. So Luke would have been fairly close to Jack, but Jackson obviously just pumped in that absolute freak of a time.
Yeah, Luke was more or less even through the first 2 sectors, and that final sector, like you say, found half a second in there.
Oh, Sneaky Tom's dropped it. No, he was relatively close. JJ is up, so JJ is the last person to possibly cross the line.
Yeah, watch this space for JJ. He's just gone purple in the middle sector.
Got into the top 10.
Good lap from Slaughter there, clawing it back at the deck. JJ then, 2 corners to go. A little bit wide on the entry to 17. It's better through 18. Improves by, he let a lot of that time go, but he does improve, 46.6 to go into 6th place.
Dave's improved by half a second in the end. But that was 7/10 through the last sector. So yeah, last sector is where most of the time is won and lost, I think, around this circuit, whether wet and dry, to be fair.
Yeah.
All the traction zones.
Sneaky Tom then the last car to wait for. There we go. Qualifying is over. Jack Hawkey then, imperious both dry and wet conditions it seems, takes pole position here in Sochi. 1 minute 588 rather. Over 6/10 of a second clear of Shane in second place. And nearly 7/10 clear of his main championship rival Luke in third. The Wizard in fourth place on his second race back after his short break from racing. Sneaky Tom in fifth, Raceway JJ sixth, Rack seventh, Cameron Ducks eighth, Traveller in ninth, and Slaughter in 10th. Reflux will start 11th, Catch Our Silver 12th, David Classen 13th, Ari Yol 14th, and then the three drivers who had a whoopsie on their qualifying laps, that's Pure Blades, Escobar, and Red Mask, will start 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Most of that 6/10 advantage was in the middle sector, so that's. I expected that to be in the last sector, but in the middle sector, fair enough.
That's all straight line speed through the middle sector, though, isn't it?
Who's running what setup, eh?
We'll soon see. Of course, the race will start with heavy wet conditions, moving to intermediate, and then rumour has it will dry up by the end. So depending on what setups people have gone for, they may find themselves at a much, much larger advantage towards the end than they ever could have realised. I shall be interested to see what tyres, if any of them rather, have gone on anything other than full wets. No. Everybody on full wets. That's what is to be expected. Not a massive amount to talk about then on the formation lap. Normally we bring you strategies. Both the full wet and the intermediate are, well, the full wet in particular is capable of doing the full race distance.
Correct.
However, normally you would expect a one-stop race, normally the halfway point, so in this case, around lap 13, 14-ish. You'd expect them to come in. However, the changes in conditions may see drivers stretch those tyres out a little bit. If the weather calls for it. See Jack Hawkey running very wide there through turn 7.
Yeah, if it's a full wet race, which it's not going to be, but if it was, it would take us around about 49-50 minutes for these 27 laps. But yeah, as we just saw there, Jack ran deep, but that's not necessarily a disaster.
No.
We saw a lot of that during qualifying when people were just trying to push. I think this is just going to be about speed and consistency and clear racing free. Is your microphone okay there?
It is, yes. Sorry, I was putting the little fuzzy bit on the end back on. I thought I'd done
to stop that draft of the wind coming through affecting
yeah.
Yes,
to stop any sort of, and it also stops the offensive sound you get when you pronounce your P's, the pops and things like that you get. It stops it sounding like you're spitting at people. Oh, Jack Hawkey then.
He's spitting down though.
So it's spitting down.
So I mean, it's not as heavy as what it was in qualifying.
No, it isn't.
TV camera I was looking at.
Yeah. So it is full wet conditions, obviously, to start off with. We don't know exactly when the weather will start to ease up a bit.
Into the first heavy braking zone, please, chaps.
Well, whole first lap, I would probably say. According to TAS at the moment, it is storm conditions.
Oh.
So we'll see how we get on. Get ready to go racing then for round 22. for the final car on the grid. You see the lights. There's 5. And away we go here in Sochi. It's a good start from the pole sitter. Luke behind looked to have a little bit of a bog down in the initial phase, but it's got a much better drive, and the tow from Jack Hawkey as well to try and challenge Shane down. Oh, we've got oh, that's meaty. And the two rivals have collided at the front as well.
Oh, not Camping Ducks again.
Who we lost? Trebler and Camping Ducks. We've got damage on Luke's car, and he's got a 5-second penalty as well for his collision with Jack Hawkey. Pure Blades has got damage, Red Mask has got damage, Sleeves has managed to lose an entire front wing but has survived the early onslaught. Well, survived is a loose term.
In 2 of the last 3 races, Camping Ducks has done about 200 metres.
The thing is, I feel for him because I've had.
I hope it's not the same person again as well, because if it is,
well.
I don't think it was.
No.
But,
but I believe a mistake from Red Mask somewhere. No, Sleeves is letting him back through. But the big talking point from that, apart from the obvious retirements, Luke in second place, misjudging his braking into turn 2, colliding with the back of Jack Hawkey, which has given him wing damage for 1, but also a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. It's what we feared would happen.
Yeah, and fun enough, it was through that first kink as well. Which,
and I can say I feel for him because I've had exactly the same thing happen to me there in the past, in the dry actually.
And that was spectacular as well.
That was one of those where you were close behind, wasn't it? When it happened.
There was much of a yeah.
Yeah, it was a new underwear police moment for you.
So Luke's pitted. So what's the situation? Well, he's lost track position. He's at the back, and there's no DRS. So.
Well, let's be honest, it'll be a classic Prentice setup. DRS isn't going to be a massive problem.
The slight positive is he's been able to serve his time.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he served his time penalty. He'll be coming out in 14th. Of course, in terms of tyre life, it doesn't really help him. He is on a scrubbed set as well. So warm-up will be a little bit quicker, but let's see. He's at a disadvantage in terms of sets he can use.
So Blades has got 5 seconds. He's currently sitting in 9th, so he's had a good start. See, up 6 places, and Rack has also gone up 4, and Escobar up 4.
Blades got a 5-second stop and go for hitting Slaughter on the start. If I'm not mistaken, it was just after Luke got his for hitting Jack Hawkey, so it'll be down at turn 2.
Let's have a look. So Blades has got his with contact with Slaughter, as you said. And where are they? They are next to each other. Has he got damage? Can we tell?
Blades has, but it's 3% on the front left. So.
Oh, that's.
I mean, it's a circuit with a lot of right-hand bends. So it will affect him a little bit, although whether he'll be able to feel it or not will depend on the rest of his setup.
I'd love to know when the rain's going to stop.
Well,
we go on to those intermediates.
It should be around a third of the way through the race, so between lap 8 and lap 10, I would imagine.
That's now going to be a lot closer because we're behind safety car and doing 2+.
Yeah. So Blades has disconnected from the session.
I did think he would. Oh, I did think he would do that.
Was he much less lagging? See there,
that's it. that's a good sign that I'm seeing. About
One.
Okay, it wasn't loading.
Oh.
Frames, which wasn't a good start.
Lovely.
You know that pause menu on the right hand side. Invite some of your friends to your online game. It says your current session, connectivity issues, low bandwidth, and host bandwidth poor.
Nice. Well, host. The host is me, so that's not good.
This is great. I will invite Blade and see what we can do.
So I'm looking at the fuel situation for some of the cars on the grid. We've got 3 cars currently under-fueled. Make that 2. Sleeves has just brought it back to level. Raceway JJ, marginally under, 0.18. And then Pure Blades, 1.5 laps under-fueled.
Well, you don't burn as much fuel in the wet anyway, and he's now behind the safety car. So, I mean, I would take my chances as well. Wet race, crashes, incidents.
Yeah, plenty of chances
And
to
this
save some fuel.
kind, yeah, it's also the wet races are kind of races I feel that really shows. No disrespect to people, depend if they take offence to it. The better drivers.
Yeah, it shows you, like you say, it does show you who's got the temperament, if you like, rather than the skill. It's an idea that we often talk about patience with these guys, don't we? And some of them seem to have a lack of it sometimes, but in the wet it's even more prevalent. Just people around you will make mistakes.
It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Jack is really backing these guys up. I
Yeah.
think he's gone. Or has he? Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. So you have to go either very early or very, very late here, and I think he might be under pressure from Shane as we head
Shane's
to
gone.
turns 1 and down towards 2.
Yeah,
goes
Shane's got a
defensive.
great run.
But Jack's got the straight line speed, look. Has to go defensive into 2, that will compromise him through 3. Shane might try and swoop round the outside, that'll be bold if he does.
Yeah,
he's
got
gone
it.
for it. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that!
That was brilliantly played. It was. I'm going to go
It was.
and attempt to go for the move, make Jack brake a little bit deeper, considering some of these guys are still trying to find their braking points.
That was smoother than
And,
his nation's chocolate. Oh.
And Red Mask has got no front wing, but yeah, just sort of baited him, and it worked.
Yeah, forced the championship leader to go defensive. Takes full advantage on the exit. So, yeah, Red Mask again with no front wing. Hate to say.
Luke has made it off. Someone went very wide there. I think it's David struggling that Williams.
Yeah, looking further down the pack.
Oh, he's
Might
off
see a
again.
lead from Silver on Slaughter. Blades has got ahead of Slaughter on the restart. Here goes Catcho Silver to try and get past the McLaren as well. On the outside into the heavy braking zone at the end of the straight. Not quite able to make that move. Luke has got ahead of Ari.
That was important. Luke was a fair way behind as well. That's a
Lick the stamp moment.
He did, but Ari's not really used any ERS, so I presume Luke burned, although he's just got out of shape through 17, I think.
Across to Luke then. Just under a second to David Clausen ahead of him. And look at this difference there. 3/10 on the drive out of the final corner. And then we know what Luke's cars are like in a straight line. Closing in, half a second now, and that's where it stays. As we head into turn 2, David Clausen again, like you say, struggling. Luke needs to be careful.
Luke needs to be patient, yeah. He's going to probably cut across him here, yep.
Oh, Williams goes very, very deep. Luke's got to be careful, give him room on the exit there to come back onto the circuit. Is he going to try it? He's looking for it.
Brave.
Gets it done though. Takes 11th place. He's making his way back up. Cacho Silva still behind Slaughter.
Blades his internet's which is a shame because he's in 8th place and 8th place on merit. Sneaky Tom has dropped off the back of the front three.
He has. Just looking at some of the tyre wear figures we're getting at the moment. Of course, everyone will have started on a fresh set of tyres, given that they have a completely fresh set for the race. Shane is tearing his to bits.
Am I surprised? No, because he's trying to pump in fast lap after fast lap.
The other one who's tearing his tyres to bits is Rack and Raceway JJ, actually.
Well, we've seen this of both the Ferraris actually recently, but they've not been great on tyres.
Yeah, Luke's not doing too badly. I mean, he's not the best out there. Jack Orkey is probably up there.
Wizard's got damage. He's hit the back of Raceway JJ. Went far too deep into 4.
He has 31%, looks like, to the front left. We've got an issue with blades.
Yep.
It's disconnected again.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No, we've got a big ghosted car with a fat off red X on it. And Reflux there getting past the Wizard, who I imagine is going to be struggling with that wing damage. So this brings the Constructors' battle.
Oh, there we go.
That's interesting. 44-7.
It's not often that you see the first step from Blades. Well done, considering he's
and it's 5 seconds quicker than anybody else. We may have to discount that one if no one beats it by the end.
Yeah, he's now. Yeah, it's going to be weird, but that will sort itself out. Sneaky Tom is holding JJ up, but JJ's not been able to go. Rack's in. Is this time?
We'll have a look. He might be taking a gamble. I've not seen any changes yet. We're riding on board.
Is he going? No. Oh, he is.
He's going for it. He's going for it, everybody.
Good man.
This is what we like
Wizard
to
does
see.
the opposite. He's staying on the
stuck
wet.
with full wet. Ari's in. What's he gone for? Intermediates.
He's going for it. Intermediates.
I think.
Oh, you brave individuals! I like it.
Clarson's in as well. Let's see what he goes for. The other Williams, of course.
I'm sure I saw someone go deep in the back. Yeah, it was Jack. In fact, I did think I saw Jack go very deep into the back. In the background.
Clarson's gone full wets, so we've got a mixture.
We do.
I just want to stay with Rack then on those intermediates.
Oh, JJ's going to think about going down the inside. Oh, he's putting so much pressure on the back of that Aston.
Yeah, what we've seen, Sneaky Tom is a cool customer.
Luke is up to 7th, by the way.
Yeah, Luke rapidly closing in again. He's got a lot of pace here.
He is 11 seconds off the back of his championship rival.
And of course, with the Wizard having that damage and essentially having to now make an extra pit stop with going for full wets, it swings the Constructors' battle back in Ferrari's favour.
Right, Rack, how you doing? You're... Well, I know how well he's doing. He's just done purple through Sector 2.
So it is time then.
On what I have seen. And they have all stayed out again.
Luke's in.
Just got past
Luke's in.
Escobar. see what Rack does through the final sector, see if it's a purple again, because if it is, then they've definitely made the right decision.
Luke's going for it.
It's not, but...
It can't be far away.
So Rack's gone personal best in the final sector. Final, sector 2 and sector 3 by a couple of attempts.
Luke's gone for it now. So
gap
he's
to the leaders come down to 25.6 seconds, so 9 tenths.
How much time roughly are we going to lose in the pits? Is it around 22 seconds, 23 seconds?
It's about, Luke was what, 12 seconds, so it's about 26.
Yeah, 25, 26 seconds then. Yes, it's a long stop then.
And he's got the most brilliant thing for him at the moment is he's come out in free air.
He has, yeah. He's got
whereas Rack's
now
stuck behind
ahead of him.
Rack's now stuck behind all the people in front. Yeah, this is the problem.
So Luke then right now, were everybody to stop.
He's dropped it! He's dropped it! Rack's dropped it!
He has no front wing on that Williams.
Behind Escobar.
Oh, full safety car.
And
what
the
do the
thing
leaders
was, he got such... Well, they've come in. Now they've just gone purple.
Yeah, Shane's in and Jack Hawkey's in.
Luke's going to be miffed.
Oh no, he'll still make up some ground.
Rack got such a great exit out of that corner leading onto the second DRS straight. And went to move by Escobar and literally just dropped it.
So everybody now. Shane, second set of wets. He's staying with the full wet.
That's interesting to see if that's legal. Rack's just overtaken Escobar in the pit entry.
I think it will be actually.
It won't be legal.
Well, it's part of the racetrack, but it's not. We'll have to see if.
Pretty sure that got changed because I did it to Kelsey-Zog
yeah, but that's
in
because
Canada.
People were bitter. I wouldn't worry.
It was genius, I thought.
It was, yes. Luke up to 8th place, just coming out behind Cacho Silva.
And a big F for Shane.
Or is it?
I don't think so.
We'll see. He definitely has to stop again, but it depends. He might try now and keep those tyres going until we end up on slicks, which, granted, would probably be a mistake, but looking at the telemetry I've now got available, he would only have to survive maybe 2-3 laps in what are officially intermediate conditions.
Well, if Shane pits, Luke's kind of where he was anyway, so we lost the game. Obviously, Shane, that's going to be interesting. Reflux up to 5th, quietly gone about his business. I've only just seen that. As he goes up 6th place
in qualifying as well. Track temperature is on the rise. Air temperature as well, to 24 degrees track temperature.
Sleeves is in the top 10. Rack's behind him. The Wizard down in 13th.
So, only damage on the grid at the moment is for blades still, with that 3%.
If he's in the car. Oh! Sleeves dropped it. No, Reflux has dropped it. No. Oh dear. Shane's pitted as well.
Shane's back in for intermediates then, and I wonder if that was a mistake of the game that's done that to him, or whether he took a gamble and it's not paid off.
I'm going to get a very strongly worded message from Ethan.
Yeah, you are, and that's all you. But once it's not me.
2 weeks in a row that is as well.
So look then back up to 6th now. If everything had gone to plan without this safety car, he would have been in 5th place. So
he would have been a bit
we've
higher.
got someone who's gone at the back there. Escobar's. I just saw some carbon fibre flying off there. Escobar,
it's Rack.
I think. Escobar has hit Rack, who's then gone into the wall.
And a reset to track
Yeah, I would imagine, because Rack's not right. Escobar's got himself a penalty for that as well.
I do think sometimes it's just like, no, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. I'll say.
Actually, no, they've both got a penalty for hitting each other. So.
Just drive. Don't brake. Don't need to brake. Just watch what you're doing. Please. Make my life easier.
But 2 cars then needed to stop. Blades, if he's back in, could take
and
this
there's my other bugbear now. Just
no penalty under the safety car for corner cutting.
It's just not necessary. This is where the more experienced drivers and the less experienced drivers. That's the difference.
Yeah,
things like that.
No comment.
Grrr.
Mondays. Safety car is in this lap. Let's jump back up to our race leader then. Everybody on intermediate tyres apart from Blades, who is still.
Who I'm pretty sure
having
is going
connection issues.
Well, I think he's in the car.
Yeah, but I don't know why he didn't pit last time round unless it's.
No, I think he's going to retire said car, but I don't know.
We should see Escobar and Rack peel off into the pit lane as well to serve their penalties and repair their respective damages. So it's Jack Hawkey, Sneaky Tom, Raceway JJ, Slaughter, Catcher, Silver, Luke, Aaron, Sleeves, Escobar and Reflux for the top 10.
What's going on? Shane. Anyway, they're off.
Yeah, much better restart this time from Jack. Nice to leave Sneaky Tom behind through the final corner. Although the Aston Martin is fighting back. Luke getting past Catcher Silver.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, Silver fighting back. And Luke having to settle to hold on to 6th for the time being. Although, much better exit from 2. Trying to got the inside.
I've seen that move before.
Yeah, does so. Good move from Luke. Takes 5th place.
Shane's past Escobar. Wizard past Escobar. Everyone's past Escobar. I'm surprised
Escobar
he
should have stopped. He's got quite a lot of wing damage.
Oh, and David's nearly running to the back of him because he's moving so slowly.
Raceway JJ keeping the pressure on Sneaky Tom for 2nd place. He's still just about within range of Jack Hawkey, of course. When the track dries out later on, it could be when we start to see someone really make a claim for getting a very, very good result. Slaughter dropping off the back in 4th place. And Luke eyeing up a move already. He's going to go for it as well. Heavy braking zone. There he goes, up to 4th. Can he hold it? He's onto the damp part of the circuit. I'd imagine Slaughter will take that back. Indeed he does. Let's be careful for Catcher Silver not coming up behind it as well. Taking advantage of this squabble. As we see the Wizard get past Sleeves to get himself into 9th place.
Shane round the outside of Sleeves. That's a very nice move. Through there. Raceway JJ is going to go to the outside of Sneaky Tom. Oh, the tyres interlocked. That could have been a bit messy, but we made it through. Sneaky Tom is 2.7 seconds behind Jack already.
Yeah, Jack's had a very, very good lap there from lap 11. I think it's clear to see that JJ is the faster car, just not quite quick enough to get past Sneaky Tom.
Yeah, well, Sneaky Tom is forming a train, DRS train, all the way down to P10.
Weather now starting to ease up. I think it's up clear to see on track, but if you needed any confirmation, it has now happened. Track temperature has risen again. So the higher that gets, the faster the water will evaporate off. And the more grip the lovely little Pirelli boots will have.
Luke's not had a Raceway JJ's not had a great middle sector.
Luke again putting Slaughter under a lot of pressure, but oh, Catch Us Silver's round. I think he tried to make a move on Luke, and the door was firmly closed. Sleeves has retired,
and that is a safety car.
Another one. Jack Hawkey is around the corner already, so if anybody wanted to make some sort of move on him tactically, now would be the time, but there is no real reason to.
Very nice for Rack this, considering I was looking at his pace, he was matching Jack, which is interesting. Race of attrition, you did say, down to 14.
To be honest, I'm surprised we've got close to the halfway stage, having only lost 4 cars. I mean, granted, the majority of the time has been spent on the safety cars.
There's not been a lot of green flag racing, so.
But when you consider that 2 of those went out in the same incident, one of them was a voluntary retirement, and the third has only just happened, it's. I mean, one safety car was for debris, so. I think we've actually done alright out of this. Looking at tyre wear then, who's been bad on their tyres? Ari is being particularly bad on his front tyres, and David Clarkson is not looking too good on his either.
But I'm pretty sure he's had a couple of. Oh no, I say he's had a couple of spins, he is in 10th.
After them, it's Luke, and then the guys up towards the front, Raceway JJ and Slaughter, who've been fighting as well, so that's probably why. Luke, of course, has been carving his way through the field and was one of the first to change.
Yeah, but Luke has got 2 warnings on the same map as well.
Let's have a look.
Slaughter also has 2 warnings. The top 3 are all clean.
All clean, they are, yes. As is Ari. The Wizard has 1, Reflux 2, Shane has 3, hence his penalty. Clarkson has 4, Catch Silver has 2, Rack has 1, Red Mask has 6, and Escobar has 6.
We saw that last week from the last couple of races from Catch Silver. He's probably between that P6 to P10 position in terms of pace, but he actually doesn't pick up that many penalties. As soon as I said that, he picked up a penalty last week, but
if he does it now, it'll be a double whammy for you.
He will be, but he's done a lot better. Definitely, that's been one of his biggest improvements, I think,
since the turn of the year. Really, especially as you can give him the opportunities, of course. But, definitely one of the most improved. So, 13 laps to go then when we cross the line this time around. As we drive through the Winter Olympic Village. It's the big main stadium in the middle of the circuit. The area where the Winter Olympic flame was lit on the inside of turn 3.
Starts again in a couple of weeks.
Does. Who's hosting it this time, do you know?
Good question.
It's one of those that we should really know, but no one ever really. It's not like the Summer Olympics where you pay attention to who's hosting, is it really?
I'm looking forward to the snow cross or the ski cross thing where the 4 of them go up against each other around a bit like, it reminds me of the BMX.
Oh, the snowboard cross, yeah.
Yes, it's great fun. It's carnage.
It will be great fun. I always look forward to skeleton and the bobsleigh.
We are at Beijing
Ah,
2022.
excellent.
Previously hosted, obviously, the 2008 Summer Olympics.
Does that mean we're getting the next one?
I don't know, but I thought it would be that time of the evening where we had become a sports radio kind of show.
We didn't have any. Actually, I don't know if there's any football. Jack Hawkey has gone very early this time before the restart. I think Sneaky Tom's gone with him, but he runs wide. An exit of 17. It's a decent exit from 18 as well. Leaves Sneaky Tom vulnerable to Raceway JJ. But the majority of the pack, Slaughter there with a very poor restart.
Ari didn't have a great restart and is under the pressure from the Wizard, who's quietly gone about his business into turn 2, but makes the Alpine make a mistake and run deep. Shane's going to switch back underneath, though. This could get a bit dicey.
Yeah. Meanwhile, further up, Luke has gone on the inside of turn 3 of Slaughter, who ran deep.
Oh, Shane, don't think about the greater good here, Shane. Don't do it.
The greater good. Wizard pushes Ari wide. Shane says, thank you, I'll take full advantage to get ahead of the Alpine as well.
Rack and Coucho Silver. Rack goes down the inside. Oh, he's hit the Soches curb. Oh, Red Maskers clipped him on the way through. Not much.
No damage though, thankfully, for any of those guys. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, that sausage curb was pretty lethal. Bounced that Williams across.
How long before we get a multi-2-1 at Ferrari, do you think?
Well, I'd be saying Luke needs to get a lot closer because JJ's pressurising Tom here.
Silver gets past Clarkson there for P9. Jack Hawkey 1.8 seconds ahead now, Sneaky Tom. Make that 2 seconds and rising.
That'll be good for Coucho Silver. I want to see this battle actually, Farouk. This could be quite interesting. I think these two drivers are very even placed. Ari and Coucho.
Raceway JJ much closer to Sneaky Tom this time. Aston just got a bit more in a straight line.
The thing is, from what we've seen, no one's actually making a move into turn 2, but they're sort of faking it to put pressure on the driver in front to make a mistake.
So far it's worked, but Sneaky Tom's not that kind of guy. Looking at the weather then, we are currently in official light rain conditions. Overcast is within 4 or 5 laps of now. As you can see, just over the top of the halo. In fact, it has now stopped raining.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like it was slowing down.
Yeah, it's there was a couple of spots still, but they've now gone. So now it's a case of how fast the track will dry out and who's going to take that gamble.
I'll tell you what, the battle for 5th is going to be interesting. It's a McLaren sandwich, and it's not a very nice one, let's put it that way. Both the...
Well, I'm trying to think of something you put in a sandwich that is that shade of blue. I
can't think of anything.
Nothing pleasant. PBJ. Maybe some solidified.
It's not worth thinking if I'm being
Powerade, maybe.
Rack is past Reflux.
Yeah, that's 13th there. And Slaughter doing everything he can to try and put the Wizard off. I don't think it's going to work though.
No, and there's the switch.
He's going to try it around the outside. Oh, a bit of a nudge there. Can Shane take advantage of both of them? He's going to try it around the outside again. Not quite good enough to make it stick though. It's his teammate.
Oh,
the Wizard's
gonna go.
Fine.
Oh, this is going to end badly.
The Wizard's taken the position, and Slaughter, I think, will allow Shane to go. No, he
Oh,
won't.
will
He's gonna just keep fighting. Go on, you have it. And there he goes. Now he lets his teammate go. Ferrari have done the same. There's been a switch there.
Yeah, that was down into turn 2. That was pretty simple. Oh, that's only because they could have done that because Slaughter was in front of Wizard and Shane. So
he was with that battle with the Wizard, giving plenty of breathing room.
yeah, they weren't losing any time either. So that's why they switched, because they both competitive. Red Mask on Carson down into Carson. Oh, the rear of the car was locking up there. That wasn't pleasant. And, Escobar's dropped it.
Yeah, I'm
he's not. He saved it. He's proved me wrong.
Red Mask is running deep now, and I'm starting to wonder whether or not it might be time.
I don't know, but I've just seen Escobar wipe out the Williams. That'll go.
I'm going to have a look. But Loke here. Not quite close enough.
And he's having to burn a lot of ERS to do so, but...
Do you know what? Looking at the track surface at the minute and the rate that some of these guys are burning through their tyres, I think some of these inters are starting to overheat.
But how is Ari doing? He's the one on the oldest tyres out there.
Ari is amongst the worst at the moment, but he's not the worst. And he's matching some guys on considerably younger tyres, but the vast majority now are burning up at the same rate you would have set of fresh softs, which is a lot quicker than they should do.
Sorry, I don't know if he's listening to the stream. I'm gonna be some helpful advice. Escobar, that's why. Turn off the overtake.
Yeah, that would help.
DRS enabled.
I knew it was nearly time.
Capture Silver ahead of Ari. Oh, what a battle.
So Jack Hawkey then should come into the pits now. Set of soft tyres, do you reckon?
Rax. Had a little moment. Oh, he's having another moment. He's having several moments.
So Jack Hawkey into the pits. What do we reckon? What do we reckon, people? Softs or mediums for the end?
Softs at the end. The tyre wear round is usually pretty good. It's usually a soft medium, so...
Set of soft tyres waiting for the Red Bull. Who gets out ahead of Sneaky Tom. Crucially, he's not going to get held up by the rest of the pack.
Oh, the Wizard's got to have a front wing change. Oh, he's gone to the mediums as well. Oh.
Mediums might not be the worst idea in the world.
I know, but he's had to do the front wing as well. Couch Silver, mediums. Oh, she's gone medium. Red Marks, both the has go mediums. That's interesting.
So, big loser then is going to be Raceway JJ, who got held up, of course, because Ferrari decided to go for the double stack. Jack Hawkey.
In between, that's very interesting.
Jack Hawkey, the big winner, of course, able to keep 5-second lead, which you would imagine for someone of his quality.
Yeah, but it's a little bit of time, but he's sort of gained much of that back.
You'd imagine it's going to be unassailable, really.
Oh, he's gone.
Ari, yeah. As Luke picks up 3 seconds. So, looking at fuel then, everybody now with more than enough to get them to the end. Even in the good old days, you could have...
Oh, Luke run wide. It's still a little bit slippery out there.
Yeah, got DRS though now. So he will close in on Sneaky Tom. Needs to be careful of his braking zone.
And the overspeed, because I've seen that happen before. Slow past the Wizard. There we go.
He takes that position. Jack Hawkey marginally pulling away from the guys behind him. Because he just needs to manage that gap now. Does not need to push too hard.
Important for the constructors. Sorry, Danny. That is. Wizard dropping places.
It is, yeah. Jack Hawk, incidentally, has picked up a second warning now.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
Here goes
that's
Luke.
done. Got to get it done.
Squeezes Sneaky Tom wide.
He's
Just trying to hold it round the outside. It's a shocking camera angle we've got. But does get himself into second place. Look
Oh,
who's
I see a
lurking. Shane's in
McLaren.
there.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a McLaren just there watching this. He has front row seats.
Raceway JJ sort of in a little bit of space by himself at the minute. It's something we've said a lot about him actually this year so far. He's
Minds his own business.
Wingman. He does. He's the consistent wingman, isn't he?
Shane, no. Oh, you didn't need that, Shane. That's now 6 seconds. That's going to make your podium charge a little bit harder. Oh, Luke's run deep.
He has run very deep. Is he going to hold that position? Sneaky Tom around the outside to retake second place. Luke's going to fight it on the inside of 15.
I'll just let Sneaky Tom go in front and just get him down to turn 2 again.
Yeah. Jack Hawke, fastest lap of the race. He's not feeling the pressure of only having one warning left. Unless we get a series of glitched lap times coming up. As Raceway JJ into the pits.
What's that for?
Oh, for some damage.
Oh.
He picked up damage somewhere. And the constructor's pendulum swings again. Luke retakes second place.
Sneaky Tom's not going to give it up. I reckon there's going to be a move down here, and I more than think there's going to be a move down to the inside. He was lining it up for so long. The Wizard's struggling. I think that's because he's getting held up behind the McLaren, but...
Yeah, that damage for JJ really sort of put in pale to Ferrari having any hope of keeping their lead.
Luke's managed to get a gap here. Sneaky Tom is going to be under the cosh. Shane goes to possibly the inside. Oh, look at the speed they have on Luke. Oh! Oh, Sneaky Tom, Jack. Oh, I can't look, Danny, I can't look.
It's fine, they're all fine. This is what we love about EU4. Zero things given.
But this is why we've loved the current top 4 doing what they've been doing all season.
I think we might see Sneaky Tom has dropped out of DRS. It's a shame. It should be able to make this move
Wow,
fairly easily.
it's not even a contest. That's good to know for this week. If I ever get dry conditions, which is probably not going to happen because apparently it's snowing.
Oh, lovely. Sochi, incidentally, one of the very few places on the planet where if you head there sort of April, May time, one of the few places you can sunbathe in the morning and ski in the afternoon.
I think Hilly's jealous of your knowledge, you said earlier.
He's jealous of what?
Of your knowledge.
My knowledge?
About the track.
Yeah, but I'm old, man. Don't worry about that. I'm old and I've kind of cheated anyway. I've got the official Sochi Autodrome website open in front of me.
That's fun. You've been resourceful.
I have collected sources.
There's some sun creeping through now. There's some shadows.
This is where those on drier setups will start to make some gains. Slaughter trying to close in on the back of the Wizard.
Well, the Wizard had just overtaken him.
Some wing damage for David Clarkson down the pack. Fastest lap at the moment is still Jack Hawke with 33.9.
battle for P7 is going to look a bit tasty. Red Mask is going to be possibly swallowed up here by Reflux. Oh,
Ooh.
that was interesting.
They're still going to be fighting each other. And Reflux, I think, has decided we'll give him a little bit of space for a couple of corners. Raceway JJ takes the fastest lap. Good job for the team there. Takes it off Jack Hawkey, 33, is that 33.3?
Oh, Reflux, keep it together. I know it's frustrating, you gotta just be patient. You'll make a mistake at some point, you never know.
Jack Hawkey then now closing in on 10 seconds over Luke. That's an advantage, because Luke with 3 seconds of penalties as well takes him to plus 13.
Has the Alpha Tauri got any damage? Could you have a check? Because he has whacked the back of the hand.
Reflux.
The one that's still running. Oh, slaughtered down the inside of Wizard. Meanwhile, this is going to get interesting. This is all for P6, by the way. This is
4 cars, all battling for P6. Reflux, no damage. You'll be happy to know.
Oh, Red Mask down the inside. Whoa! And gets out of shape, and Reflux is going to have to just compose himself.
Incidentally, we mentioned that the medium runners might be making a bad call. This is now the point where traditionally the wear that the soft runners have put on their tyres starts to be matched by that of the mediums in terms of time. So
Reflux is going to go again.
Slaughter as well around the outside though. Don't know if he'll make that stick or not. He will. The inside of turn 3. Take P6 off the Wizard.
It's all getting a bit feisty.
It is, isn't it? It's great. We've got a battle for P6. We've got a battle for second.
Shane's past Sneaky Tom.
Sneaky Tom's still going to get second at this point.
He is. He's staying within the DRS of Shane, which is
and then 3 seconds of Luke as well. Don't forget.
Why is he? Oh, Red Mask has not got DRS this time, and Reflux is going to close and close and close, but the Haas has got superb straight line speed. Goes to open on the inside.
Ooh, that was near the sights in the Alpha Tauri moment, wasn't it? On the, Toro Rosso back then.
That'd be very fitting, wouldn't it? Really.
Red Mask takes a lot of curb on the inside of 15, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got
car wide.
Gains a bit of time as well.
Yeah.
Strangely enough.
Just been running some very forgiving suspension to get away with that one.
I was about to say everyone's going to be doing alright for ERS. Just scrolled down and no one's got anything. Nothing.
No.
It's all been spaffed away.
Oh,
been
Shane's
spent.
picked up some excessive weaving there from Red Mask. I think there was a fair few moves there to try and hold that position. Picks up a penalty for his trouble. But,
wow. I mean, if I'm looking at Red Mask, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't know why you're fighting for this position. I've just seen how many penalties he's got.
Yeah, if I was Reflux, though, I would not be happy with that.
I think one of the moves I've seen, I definitely wouldn't be best pleased either. That was
Sneaky Tom
borderline.
is in danger of dropping out of that battle for second in terms of time.
Yes,
but he is out of it now.
Yeah, well, the problem he's got is I think he knows he hasn't got the outright pace at the moment, so therefore he's just using the back of Shane. But Shane's not got any ERS left, and neither has anyone else, and he's kind of just stuck and needs to do something.
He needs to get past Shane really, with a push on to try and stay within 3 of Luke.
Having a look at someone else here, I think he's going to be too far away, but there's a Williams could possibly join the back of these because they keep scrapping so hard in front of them, each other.
Maybe.
Right, Reflux goes again. He's got a DRS, but so is Red Mask, so they're all going to burn.
Not quite close enough. Luke, I think now, barring any catastrophes, is well clear. So focus on the battle for 6th. Cacho Silva in a world of his own, really. He's trying to close up to the back of Sneaky Tom and Shane, but time penalty will probably stop him from making any ground.
You say well clear, Danny. How many warnings has Luke got? Because I've had a look at the race director.
Oh, yes.
Is he one away by any chance?
He is.
Yeah, I did think that. This isn't over, folks.
No, not yet. Luke needs to be careful now. So we've only got 1 lap to go.
Oh, there's a Haas doing things. In other words, join the battle for 3rd. Who would have thought, eh?
He is 1 warning away from a 2nd penalty as well. Red Mask gets it all wrong out of 15. We said he took a lot of curb. Reflux will have the inside of 17. If it was me, I would get my elbows out there and just say, no, I'm having this off you.
Yeah, no, let him have it. Let him have it. There you go, there's the DRS. Now you can think about putting a better move on him down into turn 2. Here we go. To the outside. Switch back underneath. There we go. We've seen that done in the wet.
Make the most of turn 3.
Oh, and red mark. Oh.
I don't know how much of that he had any control of. We were watching it on stream. Put your Twitch away. Alright, Red Mask out then on the final lap.
It's more than a Twitch.
Cacho Silva making a move on Sneaky Tom. He's gone for it. He's taken it. Great job from the Haas driver. Of course, he's just trying to make up some ground. He will overtake Shane, but should be overtaken by Sneaky Tom. So at the minute, he will
about to go around the last corner, by the way.
Indeed he is. Led from lights to flag. Jack Hawkey wins the Russian Grand Prix to extend his championship lead over this man. Luke, after that early setback, recovers well for 2nd. Shane will finish 3rd on track, but will drop behind Silva and Sneaky Tom, who will take 3rd. Then the Wizard
as well.
Will get Shane as well. Then Reflux takes 7th, Rat in 8th, Slaughter 9th, and Ari will hopefully get 10th. Takes 9th, and away from Slaughter. Good job from Ari. Here comes Raceway JJ. I don't know if he'll have...
penalties.
No, I don't know if he'll have any time to gain. Shane has picked up. I think, well, we can take that off, certainly.
I don't think he knows.
No, neither do I.
He left the session and it happened. I don't think he's going to know.
Lovely. I don't think Tass has counted it. So.
But one thing is for certain, the top 3 is correct.
Yes, they're the 3 that matter.
And some good drives out there, Danny. Some good drives.
Certainly were, yes.
And driver of the day, Cacho Silva.
Deserved, I feel, as well.
I think he is one of those contenders.
Late move from him to take 4th. So the championship then swings decisively in Red Bull and Jack Hawkey's favour, with Raceway JJ's late damage causing him to miss out on a big points haul. The Wizard in 5th place there and Jack Hawkey winning mean that Red Bull will take 35 points from this race, with Ferrari taking 20. Gap now swinging at 17 points in Red Bull's favour. They take the lead. Jack Hawkey extends his lead over Luke by 7 points. That gap now up to 9 points, with the Welshman slowly starting to pull away. It could all be won next week. I'll have to tune in then and find out.
Yeah, many swings of the pendulum in that.
Mm. I'm thinking that for the sake of everybody watching, because we are now at close to the 90-minute mark.
God, it's been a long one.
It has. Do you think... should we blitz interviews, or shall we let those nice gentlemen head off to bed?
Should we do interviews and they get 1 minute each?
Well, to be fair, we don't normally give them that much interest anyway, do we? We'll get them in here. We'll get them in.
We'll get them in.
We'll
They get 1 minute. I've got to find them first. This is the fun.
Ooh. Just run through the rest of the order then. So Jack Hockey and Luke and Sneaky Tom on the podium. Catch up 4th. Wizard in 5th. Reflux 6th. Rack recovers to 7th. Harry gets 8th then. Slaughter in 9th. Raceway JJ 10th. Shane 11th, but should have 20 seconds taken off his time. Escobar in 12th place. Heavy Gloss in 13th. Red Mask 14th. Sleeves 15th. With first DNF, and then Blades, Camber Ducks and Trebler. The others, Red Mask of course failed to finish, having retired on the final lap.
Oh yeah, Councillor Silver also driving with code. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, yes.
Decent. That is a cracking effort from the lad, to be fair. Two of them are here.
Two of them are here. Shall we begin then?
Luke's here. We'll just wait for. Well, we'll crack on, and Jack will turn up when he turns up.
Let's go with P3 then, Mr. Sneaky.
Good evening.
Hello. Talk us through your race.
Oh well, my game plan before the race was just keep it consistent with the rain and with the crashes and safety cars that will come. And throughout the rain it helped out. And while we were pitting for the intermediates, I forgot to change my wing as well. So my top speed wasn't as much as I hoped for the interstand. But the dry weather came soon enough for me to pit again and change my wing again and have the top speed on the straight that I want, and with that I could defend from the others with penalties as well. So pretty consistent race, I think.
So it looks like it was fairly straightforward. The only issues we thought you might have had was drive out of the last corner, particularly on the safety car restarts. Jack always seemed to have a little bit of an advantage over you, but apart from that, it all looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So, fair play. Well done, mate. Congratulations, P3.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you soon. Luke.
Hello.
P2, are we happy?
That's a big save. That is a Gordon Banks 1970 style of save. Of course, I say don't reverse that hero going into turn 2, and I completely missed my braking point and hit Jack Hawkey up the rear, which absolutely buggered me. And then the second safety car that came out as I made the switch to Winters, and it gave everyone else who hadn't a nice little cushion to play with to do so. But yeah, came through the field quite nicely. Minimised any sort of damage that was done, and to be fair, I don't think anyone was catching Jack today. He was just on his own. He was just in a league of his own, wasn't he?
He was, especially when the slicks came back out. He just pulled away.
Yeah. Put a nice move on. Put a nice couple moves on Tom, and backed him nicely into Shane, which allowed me to sort of pull away when those two started fighting. So that's probably what got me second.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good recovery drive. You had the pace, I think, to potentially put a challenge on in the wet, had it not all gone south at the start there, but recovering for second, I think, is equally as important. Keeps the championship alive. I think the gap's now 9 points.
Yeah, it will be. I think Jay got the fastest lap, so yeah.
Yes, he did.
9 points.
He did.
And 18 points for Ferrari.
So I think it's 20 points for Ferrari all told taken away, 35 for Red Bull. So the gap there is at 12 points in Red Bull's favour, and then 9 in the Drivers' Championship between you and Jack.
Not bad.
Both can be won next week.
I suspect they might. No, I don't know.
No, don't.
None of that. None of that.
I suspect I might need a snooker to use another sports term.
Well, it happened last week. Could happen again.
I've seen strange things happen.
It's Jeddah as well next week. Completely new circuit to us, so anything's possible.
That'll be fun.
So, well done, though, mate. Congratulations on that recovery. Great job for P2.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck for the rest of the championship. Is our race winner here?
He's
apparently
work
he's not.
at 6 in the morning. So he's gone.
Fret not. But, congratulations then to Jack Hawke. We can see his winning Red Bull on screen. And thank you all at home very much for watching. Make sure you tune in again next week for round 23, the penultimate round where all this championship nonsense could be decided in Saudi Arabia. We will see you again next week. Make sure you watch all the other streams as well throughout the week to see how those Constructors' Championships are decided. We hope you have enjoyed the show. Good night.